Hello there, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Aquafay, and today, can you believe it, is part 4 of our Tileman Challenge with Stardew Valley. We are taking on Summer Part 2, and I'm really excited to see what we can do. Hopefully, we can finally get to those community bundles and get those started. That has been a really long goal that I really want to make sure that we get to. So we're gonna see if we finally do it. Let's go ahead and load up this farm and check it out. So we're starting off on day 15. And of course, doing what we always do, waking up, heading outside, going ahead and taking care of this farm. But before I did that, I finally remembered that to-do list. It has been a long time coming. I keep forgetting about it. So we are going to focus on Willie's friendship, trying to work on building that, and also on finally getting to those community bundles. So of course, we finished watering all the crops. I went back and organized a little bit. We still need at least the grapes in order for us to complete the summer bundle. But I wanted to grab up all of the foraging items that I did already have, so that when we went to the community center, we would definitely be able to go ahead and put those to good use. Check the cave for anything that might be there. And we headed down to the beach. With the money that we had in hand, I was finally able to unlock some extra tiles down here, grab up this extra forage, which was really going to help us, and also create a path finally to the bridge. Of course, we need 300 wood in order to do anything with it, but hey, we unlocked that space. And continue to go through all of the different forage items, as well as say hello to Miss Haley. And finally down to see our good buddy Willie. We of course wanted to make sure we said hello to work on that friendship. And then after I was done there, I headed up to the community center. We unlocked a lot of the tiles while I was up here. I can't remember why exactly I decided to go through and unlock all these tiles. Other than maybe I was thinking, in order to unlock this, we should have to unlock all of the tiles before we're able to completely finish the bundle. Now, I don't know if I'll keep that up, but it would be very interesting. Like, for us to completely finish the very last bundle, we would have to get all of the tiles also done. Here I was looking through, seeing what all we still needed, and headed back to the farm to head to sleep for the first day. Not super eventful, but we did get a little done. Woke up for day 16. Of course, did the thing of watering all the crops, taking care of them, and then after we went through that, I went ahead and started fishing. Now I completely missed the fact that there was a train heading through Stardew Valley because we should have gone up there and seen it, but I forgot. I decided to clear off some of the farm while I was at it because I was thinking, we should probably get some more chests done. Organized a lot of our items that we had, and went ahead and tossed some of them into the shipping bin, ready to ship for the next day. And finally made that extra chest. Now, why did I want to do it? I don't know, just to have one. Headed to bed for the night of day 16. We ended up making 812 gold for the day, and then woke up for day 17 ready to go. Outside we went, Of course, I harvested everything, watered all the crops, went through organizing what we were going to need, especially for the potential of community center bundles, made our way down to go see Willie, our best friend ever, get to know him a little better, and then headed back to our farm to get some fishing on. Man, we really love fishing. No, it is not my favorite part of the game if you don't know already. If this is your first time catching, it is one of my least favorite parts. But hey, I'm starting to like it with this challenge. Went through and sold some things off, organized some more stuff, and of course, we headed off to bed of day 17. We did level up to level 4 in foraging, and we ended our day with 1,196 gold. Not too shabby. And then we woke up for day 18, did what we normally do, harvesting all the crops, watering all the crops, organizing all of our things, figuring out how much I wanted to keep and what I was willing to sell, gathering up some seeds to plant, headed off to see Willie, this time with a gift. And back to the farm, of course, to do some more fishing. Man, you would think that I repeat this all the time. It will change eventually, I promise. And with that, it was time to head off to bed, ending day 18 of summer with a total of 5,601 gold. So hey, we made a lot more than we have in the past. And woke up for day 19. Head outside, harvest the crops, water the crops, same old, organized what we had. We were definitely getting a lot closer to having a lot of items for our community center. The only problem is I still needed those grapes. And man, do they become an issue. Might be a little foreshadowing for you. Of course, shipped a bunch of things that we could. Did some stuff around and then headed to bed, finishing off day 19 of summer. And with that, we did end with 4,743 gold for the night. Woke up for day 20 of summer. I cannot believe that we have 8 more days until we are finally in fall. Did the stuff. You know what we did. Watered, harvested, organized, shipped. Same old. Headed on off to Clint's to process all of the geodes that we had because we had plenty of money to get that done. Here is the long, grueling process of him opening up every single one. I think there's like a mod somewhere out there where you can make these animations a lot faster, but I'm not too worried about that. But if you play modded, there is something out there, I believe. Please correct me if I am wrong in the comments. Took everything that we had just processed over at Clint's on over to Gunther to go ahead and donate what we could to the museum. Finally making this look just a little bit better. And of course, after donating, we did have some rewards to collect. I kind of placed them randomly around. Then we had enough wood, so we finally fixed that bridge. Yes, it did take me a couple days after I had made that path. Why? I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. It happens to the best of us. So I did go ahead around trying to collect as many of the forageables that I could over here on the beach shore and around the tide pools. Got all that we could and headed off. Finally we found grapes. It only took 20 days into summer, and I took those straight to that community center to finally finish a bundle. We did it. We finally have our first bundle complete. Oh my goodness, I was so excited. I can't even tell you how excited I am to have just one bundle done for this community center. I know, it's not everything, and we're kind of far behind, but I loved it. So I went back, collected as much things as I could, and here we are kind of speed running through all the other bundles that I had stuff for, trying to get as many of them done as possible, or as close to done as possible. All these fish we have been working on. That sturgeon, that little sturgeon is going to be an issue. But hey, we finally have some of them done. And all of these spring crops I had been saving. Finally, we finished bundle number 2. We have 2 bundles completely finished at this point. And we're still going. And of course, we had all of the summer crops ready to go as well, so bundle number 3 is complete. And finally, we got an extra sprinkler. Oh, things are starting to look up. Our community center is finally getting where we need it to be. Normally by now, I am so much further ahead in our community center, so I feel a little lost. Went back to the farm, grabbed some additional items that I couldn't fit before to also place those down. So again, I was going a little crazy. But we are so close to finishing up a couple extra bundles now. Headed to bed for the night, feeling super accomplished. Day 20 was definitely a success, with a total of 625 gold for the day, and 3 bundles complete. We woke up for day 21, checked out our Queen of Sauce, learned how to make maki rolls, and outside to do our thing. Checked with the traveling merchant, saw that there were some things that could help us with some additional bundles, so I definitely picked those up. We were gonna need them, because not everything is super easy for me to get. Headed to bed for the night, and ended day 21 with 641 gold. Woke up for day 22. Headed out to do all the things of harvesting and watering, and then went fishing on the farm. And then, of course, we were selling things off that we didn't need. And finally, we headed to bed for day 22 with this little animation, which is super exciting because finally, mystery boxes are now able to be found around the valley. Super exciting. And also a little sad knowing how hard it is for us to get those. Leveled up to level 8 in farming and finished the day with 6,060 gold. Now we have made it to day 23. So went outside, did our thing, harvest, watered, put stuff in the shipping bin, kept some things for ourselves, and then I took a little bit of time and headed into the mines. It had been a little while since we have been here, and my goal was just to try to get down to level 10, if not a little further. We really wanted to start looking for the ores to make it easier for us to have more sprinklers, to kind of fast line, so I'm not sitting here and watering every day. We found an infested area with slimes, and this was definitely a challenge. Not having a bunch of open spots and trying to fight all of these guys. Woo! That was definitely a challenge, but I ended up doing it, and we made our way down to level 10. We did it. Grabbed up those leather boots and went ahead and put them on as soon as I got them, and continued my journey down a little further into the mines. Again, just trying to see what we were able to do, but we do just have that rusty sword, so I decided, hey, I finally was able to make it into the Adventurers Guild, so let's go over there, see what they have. Sold off that rusty sword, and instead got a femur. Yep, I got a femur. That's what we're going to use to slay monsters now. But hey, whatever works. Headed to the farm, and of course fell asleep for the night. So day 23 came to its end with 752 gold. Then we woke up for day 24, rejuvenated and ready to go, and did our stuff of harvesting and watering. And then this time a train was passing by, so I was going to make my way up to see what kind of train we would have. I paid attention this time. So up we went. I was hoping it would be something amazing, fantastic. Nope, it wasn't going to do anything for us. So since we already came up this way, I went ahead and went fishing. Fishing is kind of how we pass our time anymore. That's just what we do. We go fishing some more, and then we fish some more. But hey, it gets us a good bit of money at least. After fishing, of course, I decided, hey, I was going to use a little bit of that time and go down through the mines. Again, I was really just looking for ores. I wasn't too focused on trying to fight a bunch of things. I wasn't super focused on getting down as many levels as I could. I really just wanted ore. We were looking for the copper ore right now. And then, because I fished up a sturgeon, we did go to that community center and put that in to finish our 4th bundle. 4 bundles down. I was so excited. And of course, that opens up even more of our community center now. Then we headed home. I was able to make another furnace, and we started smithing down some copper bars, getting them ready for the next day. And once everything was done, we did head to bed for the night. There I tried to attack the cat, not meaning to. We leveled up in our combat as well as level 2 of mining. And we finished the day with 373 gold. And we were ready to start off for day 25. So we headed outside, did our stuff. Finally, I needed to head over to Pierre's. It has been a long time since I have needed to go over here for seeds because I bought a lot at the beginning, but we did want to go ahead and buy a bunch of wheat because with wheat, we could use it also into fall, so that was a perfect kind of buffer crop, so I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of it. And while I was over here, I also had a pepper for George, so I went ahead, talked to Evelyn for a second, and then handed that pepper right on over to George to finish that quest, and made 200 gold from it. Then I had a couple things that we could head off to place into the museum, And after that was done, I also had a couple things to drop off for our community center. So we dropped off those couple things, and I unlocked a couple more tiles. Making sure to get as much stuff as possible donated in. And I couldn't remember how much I needed for the vault, but that's going to be a little while until we have enough money for all of that. But again, we had a lot that we could donate, so I donated as much as I could. And I feel like we accomplished quite a good bit. And then we headed down to our farm and did some fishing around the farm. Again, if we have some energy left over and we have time, it helps us get a little bit of money. I shipped what I could and headed off to bed for the night. So we finished off day 25, receiving 9,858 gold. We're starting to make some money now. Woke up to some rainy weather, so I didn't have to actually water the crops, but we still had to collect them up. Checked out our traveling merchant, found a couple things that we could use for community centers, went to Willie, grabbed our first crab pot, placed that down, again finished out our bundles in the community center. I'm just trying to get as much stuff done as possible before we hit winter. Finally finished the spring bundle. We finally got a daffodil from our traveling merchant. Thank goodness, or else we would have had to wait a whole nother year. Took off to the mountain lake to go ahead and fish the night away. And then I decided to put everything I could into the chest. So that way at the end of the month, I could share with you guys how much money we made from fishing. So I kind of decided I was going to change it around just a little bit. We headed off to bed for the night, leveled up to level 9 in fishing, and made a total of 8,605 gold for the night. Woke up for day 27. We are almost to the end of summer. We had a lot to go ahead and do. I did go see the bookseller. I did also go pick up our pickaxe that was ready. And then I headed up to the mountain lake to, of course, do some more fishing to just waste some time. I didn't have a lot of money at this point, or else I maybe would have gone into the mines a little bit. Then I placed what I had caught into our chest, ready to go. Again, we're just kind of holding off until the very last day, and then gonna throw it all in at once. Headed to sleep for the night. Ended up still with 1,491 gold for the night. And woke up for our last day of summer. It's hard to believe that we're already here. Of course, we harvested all of the crops, we watered all the crops, picked them all up, shipped what we could, saved what we needed, and headed up to the mountain lake, of course, to do some fishing. I needed to waste time because there is a beautiful event that happens at the end of summer, and we are going to end with that, so I had a lot of time to kill. And finally, you get to see all of the things that I have done for the last 3 days of fishing. Of course, if I would have kept all of this from the beginning, it would be a lot more. But we finally shipped off all of our fish and items to go ahead and place those in the shipping bin, no longer in the chest. So that was our big loot haul that we got. and I was so excited, but I had some time still to kill, and we had some more energy, so I fished some more, guys. I did. Again, I just needed to pass a lot of time. And I really didn't want to just sit here looking at a blank screen. But at some point I did, because I had to wait for our event. That did not happen until 10. So you're going to sit and wait with me for just a moment. I promise it's not as long as I waited. For us to finally get to the last event of summer. The Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. This is definitely one of my favorite events that happens. I love it. So I did take time. Of course, we do not have access to everyone, but I tried to talk to as many people as I could that were along the area that we were able to. Making sure to get as many friendship points as possible. Because this challenge, I have not been focused on friendships. It's definitely something we're going to have to work on. And finally, we launched that boat. Lewis does such a great job launching that from the pier. And then you wait for a beautiful scene of the glowing jellyfish coming near. What a great way to end our episode 4 of this Tileman Challenge. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the beautiful jellies as they are here. And bring some peace, some calm to our everyday chaotic lives. It's definitely something that I love to watch and just enjoy for the moment. So thank you for everyone who has tuned in to this series. If you're new, thank you for looking at my stuff and watching. If you have watched this whole way, please leave a like. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see with this challenge. What do you want to see me do next? I love taking your guys' comments and going with it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We are kicking off on fall day 1 with our next episode, and I'm so excited to see where we're going to go. We definitely need sprinklers. That is definitely a goal of ours. So we headed to bed for the night. And with all that fishing, we ended with 12,255 gold to kick us off into fall. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night, wherever it is where you are. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.